What is going on out there in podcast land? We're back. 3Gen LA. I'm Lawrence.
I'm Joel.
I'm Cornelius.
And we are going to talk about the wonderful world of sex.
S-E-X.
Let's talk about sex, baby. You're supposed to harmonize with us.
No. You harmonize with people who could sing.
Oh, who do you want your ashes shipped to?
Shots fired.
Hey guys, Joel here with 3Gen LA, and we just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the love so far on the conversations this season. We're loving all your questions and your feedback and your engagement on all of our platforms. But you know what we like even more? A great deal. And we're so excited to be partnering up with AdamMail.com on our conversations on all things sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Hey, no, but for real, let's talk about it. So we're so excited to be partnering up with AdamMail.com to bring you guys a special promotion of 50% off almost any one single item plus free shipping. So make sure you use code 3GenLA at checkout to get our discount and get your freak on. Get your freak on. Hey, see you guys later.
What is going on? So let's just jump into it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know about this whole sex thing, especially all of our heterosexual or our
everybody.
Inquiry minds.
Inquiry minds want to know, how do gay men get down? Now, there's a stigma that we're gay and we're all freaks.
Which some of us are, but not everybody.
Well, heterosexuals are freaks too.
I was just actually, it's so funny that we're talking about this. I was talking with my friends yesterday, and we were talking about all kinds of stuff because you know when you get with your friends, you drink a little bit, y'all just the conversations just keep going. But we talked about him. He has a podcast, Danny Banana. Shout out to you, Danny. He has a sex podcast. Can converse with you about sex in any kind of way, but everybody thinks because of that he has a lot of sex, and he simply just doesn't. You know what I mean? He chooses Wait, what? Why you got that face though?
No, go for it. I'm hearing
No, and
it.
I'm just saying, the assumption is that even people who are open and honest and descriptive like me, you want to know anything, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're out there just having a lot of sex with, people. He specifically always talks about the fact that he likes to connect a little more with people before he has sex with them. So I don't know.
Well, I will say, for those of you out there, have I told the people that I'm married? I've been married this time around. So I'm married. Yeah.
How would you describe your sex life?
How about
Being married for how long?
non-existent?
Stop. Don't say
So
that.
that's what happens when you get. So all gay people are not freaks, and they don't.
Wait,
have
no, we
sex.
need to dive into this though. How long have you been married?
I've been married 8 years.
And your sex life
Well, I almost
is
got in trouble there.
but you got it right though. And how is your sex life being, those many years into the game? Because that's another thing. A lot of people are scared that when you have relationships that, your sex is
So for those people out there that are listening, they're married and they've been married for a while.
Y'all know.
Y'all know.
I'm so engaged and ready to hear this.
Y'all know. It's few far in between.
Why?
So let's talk about the different positions in a gay relationship.
Okay.
Number one, you have a top, you have a bottom. Are we all in agreement with that?
And there's a verse. Don't forget them.
Hold on,
I'm just saying because they're going to be like,
then
nah.
you have verse, but then within the verse, you have verse top, verse bottom.
Bottom, yeah.
So if you're verse top, that means you a bottom, but you prefer being a top.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're verse bottom, that means you're top, but you prefer being a bottom.
Yeah.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for those of you in podcast land that don't know what a bottom and a top is, normally the bottom is the receiver and the top is the giver. We all tracking, right? I am a top.
I'm done.
I am a black
When you
top.
told me about the shirt, I didn't even think that it was relevant to the podcast. But now I get it. Okay.
So I am a top. And if you know anything about being a bottom, or if you want to be a clean bottom, there are some bottoms out there
Lord.
that are messy.
We were talking about this yesterday.
We talking about sex. We're going to get to the nitty gritty. There are some bottoms
No
out there that
censorship.
are messy and they don't really care. So they ready to have sex at any given point in time, no matter what they have on their stomach.
which is to me is a nightmare
Okay.
to think.
So prior to when you get into a new relationship, now, and I have to respect my husband because when I met my husband, we did not jump.
Talk about roles.
No, we talked about roles,
Mm-hmm.
but we did not jump. It was not like it wasn't, we were attracted to each other, but sexually it was more like, okay, we have to take our time with this. One, and then two, he wanted me to be tested and to make sure that I was, wasn't positive. This was before,
Or had any other STDs. Huh?
or had any other STDs. And this was before all of the new technology with HIV and stuff like that. So I respected that. So we got tested. We both got tested together. With that being said, sex was good, in the beginning. But as you get comfortable with someone and you understand that when we first met, he was restricting his diet and stuff like that. So he could be there for me when, whenever we had sex.
Not restricting diet. That's definitely what I would never do. Like I eat what I want to eat. I don't eat what I want to eat when I'm gonna do the nastiness.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So when he watched what he ate, I shouldn't say restricted. But he watched what he ate when he felt like we were going to be intimate. Okay. Now that we are married and we've been married 8 years,
You don't give a damn.
It doesn't work that way, and he doesn't want to be a messy bottom. So, and I respect that. So
that's
with that being said, and I don't want to take that luxury from him with eating and food. There's certain foods and stuff.
There's pills out there. It's like a new thing, but I know he's a doctor, so he's probably really hesitant to take stuff. But supposedly, there's pills that you can take that.
You just put my husband's profession out there.
He has had to say it. This season 3, y'all. I'm sure he said it at some point. But anyway, I was lying, y'all. No, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's pills that you can take out there that supposedly make your what's a professional way to say it? Is that what it does? Because it doesn't really it just makes it so that everything comes out solid and regular, so that you don't have to clean at all. Now that scares me. That's like a shit show, literally.
So that along with the schedules that we have,
I get it. Okay,
crazy.
So what do you do about that? Because it's great to be like, you busy and blah blah blah. But how are y'all sexually satisfying yourselves?
I sin almost every day.
You what?
I sin.
Don't do that. Don't put that out there.
What's that?
I masturbate.
Oh, okay.
It's not a sin to masturbate, y'all.
I thought that's where you going. Then,
Okay.
Okay.
I knew I was gonna throw some people out for
Yeah, you
it.
did.
So that's okay. And I'm assuming he does the same thing.
I don't know.
What do you mean you
I
don't
just
know?
speak for
Okay,
myself.
we're gonna move on from this.
Because I masturbate when I take a shower. Because I go to the gym a lot, and for some reason after the gym I'm very, very horny. I don't know what that is all
Stimulation, everything.
Okay.
about. So when I get into the shower, it's just like okay.
Yeah.
And then if it's a day that I don't know if I'm gonna get any, I'm not sure. I just do it anyway. So
Yeah. Well, I guess
it has become the norm for me.
To me, it's just, I guess, an ignorant way to think, which is that, obviously you have a successful marriage, regardless of what that means. And I think so many people look at marriage as something so specific. And I'm just like, well, if you're not having penetration or if you're not having actual sex, how healthy is your marriage? But it could be very healthy. That's just the way that y'all do it.
Many
You know what I mean? So
and that's the thing. Like a marriage is not all about sex.
No.
it's not, but yeah, I get it.
Many aspects.
Many aspects. I mean, that could be if you.
It's an important part.
It's important, and if you have a person that is very, very sexually active, then you have to play to that. That it's about keeping your partner satisfied.
That's true.
Yeah, I've been single for so long that it's crazy that sex to me has turned into something so emotionless.
You know what? What are you? Let's put it out there.
I'm a bottom.
He's a bottom guy.
Yeah. My friends literally think that I'm a verse. They're like, but I think it's because I always tell people like I'm dominant by personality, but submissive in bed. So I give off, like that, I do it, but I've never done it, and And yeah, so but I'm a bottom.
So you never topped?
I've never topped before. No,
I've never bottom.
really.
Never bottom. It's just that just never. I've never been. So I attempted one time with my first. We attempted, but as we were attempting to do it, it was like, oh, this don't feel right.
Yeah.
So it was quickly reversed.
Yeah,
you know
if
what
you're
I'm
only
saying?
used to stuff coming
So-
out, putting something in, it's like, whoa.
So check this one out, and I appreciate a good bottom. Let me tell you,
We
I
work
simply
hard,
do.
damn it.
You
You
do.
just show up. You just shower for 5 minutes and show up. Like we gotta
Look, I just
plan
had
it.
I just had a colonic
Eat.
done.
Yeah, you told me about that.
I know.
Just watching it all. Go away.
I had a colonic done, and they allow you, or you are able to see your shit come out of your. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at that stuff come out, and I was just like, oh my God. And I'm not backed up at all, you know.
Yeah, it's just
And
in
did
there.
you know that poops, your color,
Yes,
different color poops mean different things?
things. Yeah, absolutely.
Did you know some people are into poop? Which leads me to my next question. Are y'all into anything like that?
No.
Some people are into it. I'm just saying.
So
It's called scat, if y'all don't know.
I'm
I'm not into it, by the way, at all.
honestly, like my husband's a very aggressive person.
Okay,
And
come
he's
on,
very-
aggressiveness.
He's very
I live for it.
I'm very lenient when it comes to him. I'm like, if you guys saw us, you'd be like, okay, he's a bitch, you know. And then, oh Lawrence, you're so accommodating to him. I do have my little,
He's your baby.
I do have my little. Yeah, I get whatever. But in the bedroom, I'm a little aggressive.
Okay. But like bondage aggressive, like you want to tie people up and stuff, or is it just like, just like aggressive by just like, you know?
You know,
Stop it,
I
Seymour.
honestly feel like he's gonna kill me talking about this stuff. But I love to like choke.
Okay.
Oh, you
It's
brute.
okay. Yeah. Not suffocation.
Oh my God.
But
Oh.
Hey, I'm
No.
sorry, but this show is about us being real.
listen, there
you
is
know what I'm
nothing
saying?
wrong with that.
But yeah, I'm.
As long as it's consensual.
I kind of like my whole idea of being sexual is that I'm this big buff guy and my husband is 130 pounds wet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, like, and then that's when I take over that aggressiveness that he displays in public.
Yeah.
I take over in the bedroom.
Switch
Yeah.
roles.
So it's kind of like,
So moving on to this side of the table.
yes, please get the
Damn,
spotlight off me. I feel like I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
I have nothing to say. No, I'm just-
So, what kind of stuff are you into? And are you about a bottom top verse? Okay. Okay, so we got two
But,
tops,
yeah,
one bottom. It's a party.
What do you call it? Top verse, whatever.
Okay, top verse, gotcha. Yeah. So you would but so
prefer-
here's the thing. So like a lot of verse tops say I prefer to top, but I'll bottom for
Yes.
the right person. So
Exactly.
is that the case?
It's kind of like when you get into the act of making love.
Okay.
You want to please.
Yeah.
You want to be pleased. So then there's really no limits, no limitations, no whatever.
Oh, that should be a new one. No limit.
So I'm a little old to hang from the chandeliers anymore, but at one time I was in. But I think you should be open to satisfying. And being satisfied.
I feel you, but there's just some things that like I don't know. It just because people say that, right? They're like, oh, like you should have to meet the right person, and I'm like, I don't know. It's just something I'm not into. You've never bottomed your whole life, so I might never top.
and you may both be missing something.
Yeah,
I mean,
experience.
would you be up to topping?
I don't think so. I don't think it's for me.
So, and that's the thing. Like, so when I met my husband, it was we defined that. Like, I'm a top, and he was
Which
like,
they
"Well,
say
I'm a
supposedly
bottom."
isn't good because it kind of puts you like in this category that you can never like, you know what I mean? Like,
But I've always said that if I would do that for the right person, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Is that? But he's.
but
so,
then people,
he's so
but then
against-
people try a little, and you're like,
Because
oh
he's,
no, like.
but he's so
you
against.
guys comfortable where you are.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's-
But would
he
you?
does not.
But I
That's
don't
where
think.
it's at.
But would you literally feel comfortable though while it was happening?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't feel comfortable
Because
if
what? Because it
made-
hurts.
if you're saying it wouldn't be
If-
comfortable because you because you don't want to do it or would be comfortable. But if it feels good,
Yeah, because you said someone tried to poke you and it was like it didn't feel right.
It's my role. It's
that's where you are. It's in your mind. Yeah.
So it's not the feeling.
So
But you've
I
also
was-
never done it. So I mean, newsflash, FYI, you know, like it couldn't.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
you
size is a thing.
Right,
Also,
right.
like
You sound like my best friends.
uh,
They always talking about.
Just be open.
just be open.
Well, I mean, I think we're so far along in our relationship.
But if it works, if it's not
Yeah.
broke, you know, then
yeah, so there was a.
when it gets to that
let's,
time,
let's
though.
talk about this. Let me give you guys a little story about me.
Okay, go for it.
So I was before my husband. I was dating this one guy,
Okay.
and he was versed. And I told him, I was like, look, you know, if if I found the right person, I would bottle for them, right? So, he was holding on to that. He was holding-
Desire, that
Keep
hope, that
alive.
dream,
Keep
Yeah.
hope alive.
that fantasy,
He's
false
gonna-
promise.
But he was a hoe.
Okay, what that got to do with it?
Not a hoe.
No, he was a hoe.
Okay, but what that got to do
Not
with
even
it?
half a hoe.
I'm
A hoe
confused.
hoe.
Okay, why can't it be a hoe with you?
Oh, and it ain't married.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking that if I do that, I need to know that it's just me and that person.
Even though you're not dating?
I got
No,
you.
we were dating.
Oh,
But if you're promiscuous and play around and whatever,
Yeah, I'm not.
I hear what you're
I'm
saying
not.
now.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play around like that.
exactly.
yeah, because
So-
STDs are real.
So check this one out. So I caught him cheating on me once,
Mm-hmm.
and I was young, dumb, full of calm, naive, whatever you want to call it.
What
Well,
you
I
say?
don't care.
You said what?
Young, dumb, full of calm,
I'm done.
naive. Whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say to it. That was me, right? So I was like, oh, okay, we can work it out. Well, he didn't actually get to the cheating part. He was flirting with somebody, and I kind of caught it before it happened.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, we can work this out. Yeah, whatever. The second time I caught him cheating, they were in my house actually.
Oh, you told me about that
This is not
story.
the jaw, is it?
Huh?
This is not when you broke the jaw, right?
You
Is
can't
this
be
the one?
putting that out there.
Is this the one where the guy ran out the house?
Yes.
Yes, I live for that story.
so I get home, you know, I was doing security part time. We had an event. It shut down or whatever. So I went home early. He wasn't expecting me to come home. Went home. The doors were locked. Why my fucking doors locked? You know, I ripped the door off, whatever, because I knew something was up at that point. Anyways, went in the house, caught him cheating. The guy runs out the house naked. Long story short, we had this conversation, and he said that the reason he felt like he had to cheat was because he had to get him, and I wasn't doing that for him. Like he wanted to top, and I wasn't
accommodating.
down. Yeah.
Okay.
So
the solution was
talked-
just to cheat.
yeah. So it was
One
an
option.
excuse. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I'm gonna let that slide this time. So why don't we have threesomes? So we start
said it.
indulging in threesomes. Then he got, I don't know, some went sour. He thought me and the other guy was hooking up behind his back. So then that went sour. That went. Third time I caught him cheating.
He could be the only one hoeing, not you.
Yeah.
Selfish.
That's what it was. But the third time I caught him cheating, that's when I
Dislocated the jaw. Slap from hell.
So no one's cheated on you?
No, I didn't dislocate his
No,
jaw.
actually not.
He lost 30% of his
Oh
hearing.
God, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because of you for the rest of his life?
Yeah, because
I would have found you, killed you for the rest of your life. And you had me running naked outside? Yeah.
he didn't run naked. The
His
guy,
partner.
the guy he was with, ran outside naked.
You broke your ex's jaw or
No.
the hearing.
Yeah, I hit him. And
Child, I still would have killed you. Anyways, have you been cheated on?
Have I? Not to my knowledge.
No.
You know, you can't talk behind everything. You know?
Yeah, because you never
No,
know.
but you never know.
Because some people
But
slick.
to my knowledge, I have not.
Yeah, me neither. Do you feel like having sex now at your age is different than having sex
Oh
before?
yeah. If I was
Yeah.
laying pipe like I used to, I'd be.
I'm so
I would be a hoe. No,
Yeah.
no, but yeah, it has.
Yeah. Well, so I guess what
It's
the
more
amount of it,
quality.
the amount of it, or I'm talking about the actual like sensation, like
No,
the
it's
feeling.
It's still there.
it's still there because a lot of people want, even guys now my age,
Yeah.
the subject of like Viagra and
Yeah,
stuff like that,
yeah.
it comes up.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't. Whenever they talk about it, I'm like, do you not understand like that? They use it more to like enhance the moment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Than because they actually like cannot actually get erect. So I'm like, like if you do have that issue in the future, you're gonna have a hard time if for it
But
to
I-
actually work because your body's already used to it and you're just using it for fun.
I think it's a lot more of that too, like you said. As young
Yeah.
people.
But not only that, I think it comes along with we feel like we have to go this long, extensive time.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
I'm not gonna lie, unless I'm like high
Mhm.
I'm
On weed.
on weed. Yeah, let's clarify that.
Yeah.
I only participated in the cannabis.
Yeah. So when you're high on weed.
Unless I'm high on weed, I come quick.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even lie. I
I think it's harder for me to. I can go longer.
but for me, it's just I think because we don't have sex that much, it's just the
Okay.
excitement.
Hey, okay, of having it. But I do think at this age it's more about the quality of the sex.
Not into the table.
It's like a little kid. Like I'm a little kid.
It's like candy, ice cream, ice cream.
I guess you won't know right until you go through it. Because some people, like I said, my age have issues with this. Some guys my age just can't come in 5 minutes. No matter what. So I guess it all changes with time. But this has been an interesting conversation.
The thing about it is, I come, but I stay hard for a while. So
That's good.
he's able to do what he needs to do.
That's good.
Okay.
So
You just
Balance.
So it's not
Okay.
like
It's
I
balance.
come and then I'll be like, oh, okay, woo, and I'm laying
Yeah.
there. Whatever he needs to do to satisfy himself. then,
Yeah.
we work it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. So, you got any kinks? Like you all over in our business. What about your business? Put
You know
your
what?
business. Out
I
there.
like the thought of it, but it's actually like executing it that I'm like, so I would say not really. Not really. I'm open to anything. Like I'm open to trying new things and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say like that there's anything that like turns me on more than like the vibe, the chemistry, the passion and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
like someone who's really engaged into it. You know what I mean?
And I've noticed that about the younger generation too. Is
Yeah.
that they really don't like sex. Is like I'm looking for the word. It's like that's like the last
Boring?
thing on their mind.
Really?
Like it's all about connections with
Yeah.
the younger generation. It's all about how we connect. Can you take me there mentally, spiritually?
Well, because there's so much out there. Like if I want to, like get into anything, I can just go on like, I guess Pornhub and they have like any category that they have, and I could just like try it out there. I guess if I
Yeah.
want to like see
That's
it happening or whatever. But like when you're meeting someone in person, and let's not forget about the STDs. Let's
Yeah.
not forget about like meeting and like it's
I would
it's
say
a
that's- I would say that's the good part about being married.
Yeah.
The other person is out stepping out. But
So what's the thing? You hear a lot of times. I want to say it's negative, but it's kind of defensive, or maybe sometimes people think they're better with the bottoms versus the tops. A lot of people like you think you say they're a bottom, they just like please. It's
bottoms are supposed to be
most
worship.
important.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be worship.
But it's like sometimes we think we're. I get the feeling from some people they're not as gay if they're a top. If there's such a
there's a stigma that being a
yes.
bottom is very feminine,
Yeah.
very passive, very
Yes,
submissive,
exactly.
and being a top is very aggressive, very dominant.
Man.
and it's
and the whole
actually
thing.
the other way around. In person, you know what I'm saying? Like I just said, my husband is very aggressive in person. Like he's sassy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me, I'm more reserved in person until you get to know me. Then you're like, okay,
So where did that
Yeah.
walk wild come from?
I got you, but I know Anyways, we are winding down on time. This is an interesting conversation. I feel like we didn't have enough time for this conversation.
This could,
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
Another
these are
season.
just brief snippets
Just
of
hitting the surface of it.
yeah what you guys can expect from 3Gen
Let us
LA.
know.
Let us know. Yeah,
You want to hear?
you want to hear.
Let's discuss.
Let me tell you. So we
A A lot of knowledge and experience at this table.
I'm gonna leave that alone. We're gonna bring that out later.
Yeah, just close it.
We're gonna leave y'all on the edge because we want y'all to come back in and be really, really into what we are talking about. And saying.
Yeah.
So just know I got some stuff out there for you. Anyways, with that being said, we want to thank you guys for joining us this season. We are on all social media platforms. We are now 3Gen LA, formerly known as the LA Mentors. Mr. Joel has joined us.
Yes.
And we
Great
are so
addition.
happy about that. You guys stay tuned. We got some exciting stuff coming around, some exciting stuff that we're going to do. You want to?
No. Bye, guys.
Just keep joining us.
Just keep joining us.